Each candidate has 30 seconds for closing remarks right now. We will go down the row. We begin with Congressman Paul. Congressman.
The big issue today is the budget and the deficit. We approach it in Washington by looking at it as an accounting problem, and it isn't. It's a philosophic problem. Until we decide what kind of government we want, what the role of government ought to be, we can't solve it. The role of government ought to be there to protect our liberties and to take care of our personal and provide a free market economy and to provide for the national defense, which means that we bring our troops home and we restore sound money to this country.
Mr. Kaine, your closing remarks, sir.
Fellow patriots in this exceptional nation, the United States of America, we need real economic growth, a real energy independence plan, real national security clarity, and we're only going to get it with real leadership, not more positionship. God bless you, and yes, God is blessing America.
Governor Pawlenty.
As I travel America, it seems too many of our fellow Americans feel that America's best days are behind us. Let me tell you, they are not. I grew up in a working class family. I led my state in a conservative, common sense direction. We can restore America's promise. I know that because I've lived it and I've lived the American dream. But we're going to need to restore common sense, American common sense, to Washington, D.C. I hope you'll join our cause and go to TimPawlenty.com to find out more.
All right. Senator Santorum.
A lot of people up here can check the boxes and say they have conservative positions, but I've led on everyone from social conservative issues, on life and marriage, and I've got the arrows in my back from the mainstream media to prove it. I've led on national security issues, in cases, again, sometimes against President Bush, on issues like the Syrian Accountability Act and the Iran Freedom Support Act. I've been out front on national security issues. I've been out front with your colleague here and my former colleague, Jim DeMint, on Social Security, on Medicare, on welfare reform. I led on welfare reform, ended the only federal entitlement we've ever ended that I'm aware of. I was the one that carried the water on that. It's not just checking the boxes, it's having the courage to lead.
Governor Johnson.
I'm an entrepreneur that ran for governor of New Mexico promising to bring a common sense business approach to state government, that everything was going to be a cost-benefit analysis. I got reelected in a state that was 2-to-1 Democrat. I think we're on the verge of a financial collapse unless we balance the budget, and that means some really, really tough choices that are all doable, and they're all doable under the context of a common sense business approach to the way government does business and a cost-benefit analysis that goes along with everything that government is doing. Gary Johnson, 2012.com.
Gentlemen, on behalf of Chris, Shannon, and Juan, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. That is it for tonight. Our thanks to the candidates and their staffs, to our debate partner, the Republican Party of South Carolina, and also to all the great people here in the Peace Center in Greenville.